So every activated community starts with a page. This is called the Community Connect page. And it comes equipped, like bundled, loaded with a calendar, a community networking directory, a map, which is where you and other businesses or neighbors can identify their favorites, and a programs catalog. Now, the actual calendar is just a program, as is the map, as is the community networking directory. But those are all just sort of basic, right? They use the the community as its content. People in the community are part of the community networking directory. Either calendar events that we've created or you've created or that the community creates are part of the calendar. And then the map is, of course, the local neighborhoods or pillars or whatever, shops, schools, churches, etc. But the real key for engaging a community is our programs. And the programs really give you the opportunity to figure out what you want to be involved with, because any that's what makes a community really vibrant, is what types of activities does it have, right? That community that has a Fourth of July parade or has a weekly barbecue or has an Oktoberfest or has a movie on the green or has a community yard sale every month, like those, that's what really makes a community pop. And so the goal with the programs catalog specifically, is to kind of give you programs in a box, programs that you can activate that then pull forward the people, pull out of the woodwork the people who are excited about different things. So, right at the beginning, you got your programs catalog. In fact, if you add yourself to your community, one of the first things that you're going to do after you sort of identify other, those neighborhoods and shops that you're a fan of, is you're going to look at our core 12 programs and say, which of those are you most interested in? Which of those would you want to bring to your community? And what's cool is that if you become a business booster, or if you become a community champion, and you can pick one to launch. So, I'm looking at this program's catalog right now, and one of them is a panel discussion. I mean, having a panel discussion with 4 to 6 to 8 local leaders, businesses about the community is amazing, right? And nowadays, and even back in the days, it would be easy as pie to get it done. But anything that's really easy to get done is just as easy not to get done. And that's where we talk about a community mayor. The community mayor doesn't have to do it all. The community mayor just sort of is the inviter. They're the person who kind of helps make it easy. And what our job with Community Connect is really a platform, or even you could even think of it as like an operating system. And these programs are like the apps. So you can go in and say, I want to download this app. I want to download the Discovering the Community panel discussion. Or the Home Services Network. What a great service to provide to the neighbors, to get the people who provide home services, add them to the page, have them add themselves to the page, introduce themselves. They can highlight, I'm just going to flag this if I'm looking at it. They can highlight what different communities they care about, where they're a sponsor for a specific school or club. Must Love Dogs is a great program. It's basically just LinkedIn, right, for dogs. This is where you can share pictures of your dogs. You can see who in the community owns dogs. This is great for whether it's a neighborhood or an apartment complex. Must Love Dogs is great for apartment complex because these are the people that you see, but you don't necessarily know. It also creates an opportunity for businesses that market to, pet owners, either because they sell pet related stuff or because if they are, a realtor who likes working with people who are moving from apartment complexes to single family houses with yards. Um, School business boosters is something that's great. It's something I've been doing for the past few years where We just help local businesses do teacher appreciation activities for their local schools. But also, a school is a community. A school is a micro community where it's great when the parents meet each other and the parents discover who they are. With School Business Boosters activated, every school has its own community networking directory, which can be fodder for speakers bureau, sponsors, field trip help or field trip locations, virtual career day. So many great opportunities there with School Business Boosters. And similarly, I'll click over here to Facebook. So, Facebook is for churches in a community. And one of my pet projects is that it would be really amazing for churches and church members to know more about the people in their church, because that's where the talents are. That's where the opportunities are. The people, especially if you're a small business. I mean, a small business can be all consuming, and it can create a lot of stress. It can create a lot of opportunity, but it can create a lot of stress in lives and in marriages and parenting. And the opportunity for businesses who are believers to connect with other businesses who are believers, it's fantastic. So on this page that I'm looking at, which is the programs catalog page, we have Neighborversary, a great opportunity. This actually came out of a conversation with one of my community champions in Vienna, Virginia, where we were talking about what types of events we could host. And the idea of celebrating and recognizing neighbors as they hit their 1 year mark, 5 year mark, 10 year mark, 20 year mark. Good Morning Neighbors is a great project. I did that for the first time in Fort Hunt, where we would invite businesses to record good morning messages that we could then add in every day. We did this probably for about 2 weeks. It didn't last that long, but every day we had a different business say, "Hi, I'm Justin Hughes from Hughes Orthodontics. We help people in Fort Hunt get great smiles. Good morning, Fort Hunt." And it was kind of a kickoff for our Good Morning Fort Hunt show, which leads to other media opportunities like Our Community's Got Talent. That's a great program that you can unlock. And let me say something about unlocking. Unlocking means that there are people in the community. You know how we talk about the community mayor being the advocate, the champion for the mayor, for the neighborhood or the school or church. Well, a program needs a mayor. A program needs a champion. So when somebody says, "Hey, we'd like to do Community's Got Talent," what really is going to make the difference is how many people are excited about that, and can those people's talents be harnessed and leveraged in order to bring that to not even just into existence, but into success. And that's what we want to do, right? So if you are a community champion, you don't have to decide that you're going to do the community yard sale map, or you're going to do community deals, or that you're going to do the open house map. All you really have to do is share it with the people in the community and let them weigh in on what they want, because every one of these programs can simply be unlocked. And then everybody who's a fan of it, everybody who wants to support it, gets their link. They can share it out on Nextdoor. They can share it on Facebook. They can print out the QR code. They can, go to local businesses and just invite people to participate. Really, much of what we do with Community Connect in order to support our community mayors is to try to reduce the effort, the cost in terms of energy and time and money to bring things into existence. So the the programs catalog for the community is not just a catalog of programs. It actually is the first program, because it allows you to share with your neighbors and with local businesses to say, here are some things we could bring to the community. Who's interested? I'm the community champion. I've adopted our community. We want to do what people would be excited about seeing. Who's up for what?